My salutations to each one of you. A commoner lives in complaining attitude. A devotee lives in attitude of gratitude. Commoner expresses complaints. Devotee expresses gratitude. Grace follows from gratitude, and contentment precedes gratitude. Discontent precedes ingratitude. A lot of research have been taken out by various scholars and universities, and primarily they came out with 4 conclusions. These are all various research. I'm just summing up for this session. So the first research, which was taken out by Berkeley University in 2017, it said that those who practice gratitude, for them, the symptom of depression is much lower. So the first advantage of practicing gratitude is you can control your depression. Secondly, gratitude is the biggest prosperity tip. If you want to be rich, you cannot be rich without practicing gratitude. You have to. We'll go into detail later on. I'm just trying to sum up those research papers. Thirdly, your spiritual quotient is higher if you practice gratitude. In fact, your spiritual journey does not begin if you don't practice gratitude. And lastly, gratitude is a decisive factor for happiness. So these are the 4 key findings of various research papers. First was related to depression, second, prosperity, third, spiritual quotient, and fourth, happiness. Interestingly, yesterday I was Googling this word, gratitude, and you'll be surprised to know I came across 165 million results. 165 million results. That means people do understand that this is a very important aspect in life. Whether they practice or not is a different matter altogether. But they understand. They are very curious to know about gratitude. Gratitude, those who don't practice, they are normally people who always complain about things. They complain about life. They complain about their boss. They'll complain about their spouse. For anything and everything, they complain. They have a resentful mind. They don't have a grateful heart. So it's between resentful mind and grateful heart. So you can choose what you want. One person went to heaven and he saw the first room in heaven, and he saw lots of people are working over there. So he inquired, why so many people over here? What are they working on? He said, this is a department where everything relating to desires comes to them. So this is a department which deals with incoming desires. So everybody has desire. He wants this, he wants that. So all those desires, so these people are processing those desires. Wonderful. He went to the next room and he saw very few people working there. Very, very few people working there. So he asked, why so less? The previous room had so many people and this room has got only a few people. So he was given a reply that this is a fulfillment department, fulfilling desires. So all your desires are not fulfilled in this life. So people who deal with fulfilling your desires, so obviously there'll be lesser number of people because you are desiring every minute, you are desiring, you want this, you want that. Everybody is desiring. They are processing it, but they are not fulfilling it. So the second department is fulfilling it. So only few people are required. Okay, wonderful. Then he went to the third room and he saw only one person working over there. He was very curious that this department, what is this department? He said, this is acknowledgement department. We don't require much employees over here. Only one staff is good enough. Very few people in this world acknowledge to divine that whatever they have got, it is only because of them. So they don't acknowledge. So God has a very small department. Only one person he has kept over there because nobody acknowledges. You wanted this and you got that. Now you forgot to acknowledge. Nobody acknowledges. So anyway, if you don't acknowledge, that means you are not grateful. You don't practice gratitude. And most of us, we want this, we want that, but we forget to. And when the desire gets fulfilled, we forget to acknowledge. There was one monk, and this is a true story, because this story I heard from that monk directly. A devotee of him came to him and gave him a gift, and the gift was a cow. So he said, Swamiji, this cow is for you. So that Swami's disciple came. He said, Swami, how to deal with this gift? He said, yeah, it's very good. Keep it. We'll have milk every day, fresh milk, good milk. So let us enjoy that. Wonderful. So they were enjoying milk and all that. After a few months, that same devotee came. So the disciple came back to Swami and said, Swamiji, now that devotee has come back. He wants his cow back. He wants to take it back. So Swamiji said, okay, what to do? Give it back. Very good. Let him take it back. Very good. We don't have to clean up the cow dung. We don't have to give bath to cow. We don't have to maintain so much. We don't have to block so much space in our ashram. So it's wonderful. The moral of the story is, when the cow was given to that Swami, what did he focus on? Milk, the positivity. When it was taken, what did he focus on? All the work, hard work which they were doing. So, positivity. So, in either case, if you are getting something, you're positive about it. If you're losing something, still you're positive about it. If you practice that, then only you can practice gratitude. So, this story, when I heard, I was really inspired and happy. This was a story by a Swaminarayan monk. There was one lady, an old lady, and she had two sons. The older son was in the business of umbrella. He had a shop, he used to sell umbrellas. And the younger son, he also had a shop. He had a sunglasses shop, a shop where he would sell sunglasses. And this lady, whenever it rained, she would think about the younger son and get into depression because the sunglasses won't sell. No customer would come and buy sunglasses. When it is rainy, nobody comes. And when the sun would shine, again this lady will get into depression because the elder son will not have a good business. Nobody would come to buy his umbrellas. And constantly she was always in tension. Sometimes about the younger son, sometimes about the older son. Sometimes it was raining, sometimes it was there was sun in the sky. Anyway, what happened is one yoga guru or a monk came in contact with this lady. So she told him her problem, that I'm always in tension because of so and so. She narrated the story. So that monk said, very simple, very, very simple. I'll solve your problem. Wonderful. So she said, please help me solve my problem. He said, when it rains, think about your elder son. When the sun shines, think about your younger son. She said, okay, fine, I'll do that. She started practicing that. When it rained, she started thinking about the elder son. And he used to be into the business of umbrellas, more umbrellas selling. It made her happy. When when the sun was shining, she was thinking about the younger son, and more eyeglasses would sell, and she would happy. More goggles would sell. So just by changing your focus, you can, from depression, you can come out and you can become happy. Just by change. Realities will not change. The facts will not change. Sun will come out when it has to come out. It will rain when it has to rain. Circumstances will not change. But your focus changes, everything will change. And then that monk again visited and asked her, is it everything okay? She said, yeah, miraculous. Everything is working so wonderfully now. Now I'm no more depressed. Then he said, now you practice one more thing. Whenever it rains, just thank God for it. That, oh, thank God it started raining. And similarly, when the sun comes out, you thank God for it. She started doing it. And next time when the monk visited, she said that I'm more happy. I'm now in bliss, because she started practicing. Along with that, along with the positivity and correct focus, she started practicing gratitude also. So when you start practicing positivity and gratitude, life changes. Miracle would happen in your life. Gratitude is like a vaccination. It's a vaccination which takes care of your life's problems. It's antitoxin, it's like antiseptic. It creates that antibody. There is a passage in Bible, a very interesting passage, very, very interesting passage. Matthew 25:29. This is that passage. It goes something like this. I don't remember the exact words. For everyone who has, he will get more. For everyone who has, he will get more. More prosperity will come to him. And for everyone who does not have, will lose whatever he has. Whatever he has will be taken away. Now, this is a passage in Bible. And the word which is missing here, the word which is inherent in this passage is, whoever has gratitude will get more. Whatever he has, he will get more. And whoever does not have gratitude, whatever he has will be taken away. Now, this is in Bible. Matthew 25:29. Now, let us understand this with an example. When I read this, it confused me, that how can God be so harsh? To somebody who has, he wants to give him more. Somebody who doesn't have, he wants to take it from them. So how can God be so harsh? Let us deal with an example. Say you get a beggar in the morning who comes to your house, and you give that beggar $50 in the morning. Again, that beggar comes to you in the evening. Now what will happen? Now what will happen? You'll get annoyed. You say, this morning you came, I gave you $50. You're so shameless. Again you have come. And what will you say? How much is left with you? You give me back my money. I don't want to, be compassionate to you. I gave you $50 this morning. Again, you have come in the evening. Now give me back my money and get lost from here. Obviously, we all are human. We'll behave like this. Now take another example. That same beggar who came in the morning, he again comes back in the evening. And then you ask him, what brings you here? And he tells you, no, I was just passing through this site. I thought of visiting you. I thought of, expressing my appreciation for you. I thought of meeting you. You are a great soul. You helped me this morning. Whole day I was thinking about you. It made me so grateful. It made my day. So I don't need anything from you. I just came to say thank you. I just wanted to convey my regards to you. I just wanted to see you because you're such a great soul. Now what happens? Now what happens is, now you will tell that fellow, you don't want, doesn't matter, but I want to give you more. That's the fact of life. He says, no, I've not come to ask for money. I've just come to meet you because I just wanted to see you. Because you are so important in my life. I just wanted to come and see you for a minute. You tell him, okay, you don't want, but I want to give you more. You probably give him another $20. Now, this is what exactly happens. When you go to God in the morning, to the temple, and you get something. In the evening, again you go back. The God gets confused. Oh, why has this fellow again come? Again, he is going to beg from me. So you go and express your gratitude to God. You say, no, God, you have given me everything, whatever I needed in life, everything I've got. Before I could ask, you have given me. You have given me health, you have given me money, you have given me everything. You have given me position, everything. So what does God do? He says, hang on. You don't want anything, but I want to give you more. So this is the exact meaning of that passage, Matthew 25:29. Those who have will get more. Those who do not have, everything will be taken away. In this life, we have taken everything for granted. You are sleeping tonight, next morning, will you wake up? There is no guarantee for it. There is no, which breath is going to be your last breath, you don't know. Life starts with first inhalation and life ends with last exhalation. So when you exhale, you don't know whether it is going to come back. It could be the last exhalation. Body is a miraculous system. When you eat a bread, what happens is that bread gets converted into blood. Now there is no factory in the whole world which can convert bread into a blood. It is only your body which can do it. Your heart is beating ever since you were born. Whether you know it or you don't know it, your heart is beating. And when it becomes irregular, you go to the doctor and he sets a pacemaker, and then huge amount is spent on that. Your heart is running free of cost, properly. You are not grateful to anybody. The bread which you eat gets converted into blood. Your body is making blood. You are not grateful to anybody. In COVID times, we realized that if you are admitted to a hospital and you need oxygen, how much money you have to pay? You have to pay a huge sum to get that oxygen. And God has been providing you oxygen free of cost ever since you were born. You did not pay $1 for oxygen. Only when you are hospitalized, you start paying and you realize the value of oxygen. All invaluable things are free for you. But we are not grateful. We are taking it for granted. As if the whole world is meant for me. Whole world owes you a living, a life. If we are not grateful to God for all this that happens to us, we are getting free oxygen, free sunlight, we are getting, probably most of the countries are also getting free water, free blood creation, and whatnot. Heartbeat is also, without your interference, it is happening. And we are not grateful to anybody. But somebody is managing all that. Somebody is running it. Somebody is responsible for it. Are we grateful for that? No, not at all. There are three kinds of people who go to temple. The first kind of people are those who go and complain to God. You did not give me this, you did not give me this, you did not do this, you did not get me this, you did not get a job to my son, you did not, I mean, all kinds of complaints you have. One kind of people who go to temple. The second kind of people who go to temple are, I want this, I want this, I want this, give me this, give me this. You go with your demand list every time you go. You tell God that you want this, as if God is there only for you. So you want this, you want this, you want this. And the third kind of devotee is one who goes and expresses gratitude to God. God, you gave me this, you have given me this, you have given me life, you have given me good health, you have given me money, you give me lunch, dinner every day. You have given me so much. So now tell me, the first category of devotee who's only complaining, complaining and complaining. The second category of devotee who's only asking, asking and asking. The third category who only expresses gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Think about it. Which category do we fall in? If you have a friend or a relative or a subordinate who comes and complains to you every day, morning, evening, night, or he comes and asks for some kind of help and favor, or who's always coming and telling you, you did this for me, oh, I'm so grateful, you did this. Now, which kind of person would you like? The answer is obvious. Almost all the religions of the world have spoken about gratitude. Almost all the religions. But there's an interesting aspect. Now, this is quite a serious aspect, which we all need to pay attention to. The meaning of the word gratitude is little different in the East and in the West. In the Western world, gratitude simply means thankfulness. You gave me something, I told you thank you, account settled. Account settled, that's all. So thankfulness is gratefulness. All the Western authors, this is what they write. You should say thank you, you should say thank you. The best of authors I've seen, this is what they say, that gratefulness is thankfulness. Whereas in the East, we did not say that. For us, gratefulness is something much bigger than that. Much, much bigger. Let us take another example. to understand this point. If there's another beggar who comes to you, who's outside your home, who is in torn and tattered clothes, who looks very hungry, so you want to help him out. You have your family, people around you. You go out and you want to help that beggar. You take out $100 bill from your pocket and you give it to him, and he refuses to take. He says, "Thank you, sir. I don't need." You say, you're hungry, you don't have proper clothing, so why don't you take? And he says, "No, I don't need, I don't want. I like to be the way I am." So now what happens is, it hurts your ego, it hurts your pride. You feel insulted. And especially you feel more insulted if there are people around you. That you wanted to help somebody and that fellow refuses to take help from you. You can imagine the way it hurts. Had he taken that $100 gift, you would have felt good. You would have felt nicer. It would have given you happiness. That sense of happiness in you when you do something like this, that is gratefulness. That is gratitude. That is the definition we in the East have taken. The Western world does not understand that. Western world simply understands you give something, and that fellow gives you back thankful. He's thankful to you, and the account transaction is over. It is more mechanically it is done. More like a robot you do. Anything anybody does for you, you say thank you. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful habit. But this is their definition of gratefulness. But for us, there are many levels of gratefulness. And they start here, they end here. But for us, no. This is a starting point. We go much higher. There are many levels of gratitude for us. But in the West, they don't have many levels. They only have one: thankfulness. Now, I came across many Western authors, and I saw that most of them are writing that gratitude is an emotion. Gratitude is an emotion. Now, this is the Western concept, that gratitude is an emotion. In the East, we don't say it is an emotion. In the East, we say gratitude is a feeling, bhav. The Hindi word is bhav. So we say it is a feeling. And when we talk about feeling, there is an element of awareness. You are aware. I'm not feeling well. You are aware that right now you're not feeling well. I'm feeling feverish right now because you are aware you are feeling feverish. But emotions may be unconscious. You are not aware. You are not aware most of the time of your emotions. One more aspect about, yes, I was talking about the difference between the East and West. In the West, you give something to somebody and he says thank you, and that is gratitude, and that's the end of gratitude. Secondly, if they are a little more evolved in the West, then they have that sense of thankfulness in the heart. In the first case, it was only in the words. Somebody gave you a cup of tea, you just said thank you, and it is more of a lip service. You don't feel at heart. You don't feel at heart. So when you feel at heart, so that is a little higher level of thankfulness. Till now, I'm not using the word gratefulness. Then the third level is, which is purely in the East. That is a feeling of great fortune. We in the East, we feel, oh, I'm so fortunate, I'm so lucky, I'm so unique. So that feeling of great fortune when you have, from here the journey of gratitude starts in the East. For instance, and there is a Hindi word for it, which is called ahobhav. So we did not translate gratitude as dhanyavad or thankfulness. We call it in the East ahobhav. Little more, you go a little higher. Another level of gratitude we have in the East is where you, for instance, somebody does something for you, or even if he does not do anything for you, but you feel affectionately you want to sacrifice your life for him. Now that is also gratitude. We have a word for it, which is called balihari. We have a word for it. In the Western world, there is no word for it. Even for ahobhav, there is no word. Even for balihari, there is no word. But this is also higher level of gratitude, where affectionately you want to sacrifice yourself. Oh, this fellow has done so much. I wish I could, just die for him. Now things don't stop here. Now you go still one level higher in gratitude. And if you are a seeker, you are worshipping God. You are worshipping Him. And for what? For no reason. To get something? No, nothing. So you are worshipping Him. That is also gratitude. But do we stop here? No. We can go still a step higher. The highest level of gratitude in the East is when you are worshipping God without a reason, without a purpose, 24/7, you are connected with Him and you are reciting in your mind. You are chanting in your mind. Now that is also gratitude. So now let us understand how many levels of gratitude we have. That's why we say gratitude is a spiritual journey in the East. Whereas in the West, gratitude is a part of courtesy and mannerism. It's not part of courtesy and mannerism for us in the East. It's a spiritual journey. Starts with thank you, but ends at worshipping God. The whole journey is spiritualism, journey of spiritualism, and you are going one notch higher, one notch higher, one notch higher. If you are in gratitude, you are into higher energy, you are into higher frequency. You start attracting more success in life. Not that you want to attract. Likes attract like. So when you practice gratitude, better things will happen in your life. Good people will come in your life. Good thoughts will come into you. Everything good will happen to you. Good messages will come to you. All that good will happen because you are like a magnet. You are at a higher frequency. By the way, the frequency for gratitude is 432 hertz. So if you want to become more grateful, you can hear music of 432 hertz. There are, as per Hindu scriptures, there are 5 categories of gratitude which you must practice on a daily basis. You must be grateful to your parents every day. This is the scripture says, I'm not saying. 5 practices which you have to do, no choice, as per the scriptures. Your parents may be living, or they may not be living, but you have to be grateful to them. Now, how do you become grateful to them? By honoring them, by serving them, by taking care of them, by remembering them. This is how you become grateful to them. Second is, you must be grateful to God, the one who has created everything. So how do you become grateful to God? By offering him a flower, by offering him a fruit, by offering him some water every day. This is how you express your gratitude towards God. Thirdly, you should be grateful to ancient sages and also to your teachers. Now, how do you express your gratitude towards them? By showing respect for them, by paying them their fees, by following the path they have shown you. So this is gratitude. If you want to follow your teacher, then it is gratitude. You're following him. Whatever he advised you, you implement that in your life. That is gratitude. So one was parents, second was God, third was ancient sages, and the fourth one is society around. Now, how do you serve the society? It's very simple. You serve them by doing all the social work, by volunteerism, by helping out people in the neighborhood, by doing charity. This is how you help society. And the last one is environment. How do you express your gratitude to environment? And when we talk about environment, means the forest, the trees, the river, the water source, ocean, everything. Don't throw plastic. Don't throw garbage here and there. Don't create carbon footprint. So this is how you help the environment. Follow all those ecological principles. So as per Hindu scriptures, you must practice gratitude, not express, just lip service. No. You have to physically do something. So how do you do? So these 5, parents, God, ancient sages and teachers, society, and the last one was environment. So these 5, we must express our gratitude every day. If you express your gratitude, if you practice gratitude every day with these 5 categories, then you are considered to be a person who's grateful. Grateful or gratitude is riches, and complaint is poverty. I'll repeat this. Gratitude is riches, and complaint is poverty. Some people you will see, knowingly, unknowingly, they complain about anything and everything. Gratitude is mystery. Gratitude is magic. Gratitude is miracle. if I were to say, I'm not exaggerating, the foundation of our life is gratitude. Hence, we should speak gratitude, we should enact gratitude, and we should live gratitude. Ladies and gentlemen, gratitude will create more in life. I'm repeating, gratitude will create more, M-O-R-E, in life. M is money, O is opportunity, R is relationship, and E is ecstasy. If you want more in life, money, opportunity, relationship, ecstasy, then do practice gratitude. Thank you. Question. Okay, Brigu, you must be having questions,
Right.
I'm sure.
Yes, sir. Question I have one and one very personal experience. So first I will go with the question. When we say of gratitude, okay, and when we apply it to the drive, okay, I'm talking about drive to do this and to do that, right? Of course, like we understand that gratitude is important, but sometimes it is a confusion that we say that we are satisfied, and then that is not very much good for the drive, right? You get my question. So it's that how do we also imply gratitude while keeping a high drive?
Excellent. Wonderful point. If you are a CEO of a company, so your objective is wealth maximization, profit maximization, shareholders value maximization. So those values are there. That you don't have to compromise on that. You don't have to negotiate on that. But being gratefulness is a quality of the heart. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's a quality of the heart. Resentfulness is a quality of the mind. You don't like anything. You don't like your employees, you don't like your boss, you don't like your surrounding, you don't like your chauffeur, you don't like anything in and around you. So you have that complaining attitude. These are not either or that, I mean, in any economy, people who, as I told you about that passage in Bible, the people who are grateful, they get more in life. So just by whatever is your corporate objective, you'll be able to fulfill that objective if you are grateful. If you're not grateful, so your employees are working for you, you're not grateful for that. Government is helping you, you're not grateful for that. Your workers are working for you, you're not grateful for that. People around you, you're not grateful for anything. For everything you say, I did it. It is my talent. It is my talent. So if you practice gratitude, whatever is your corporate objective, it will be easier to achieve because you will start attracting more success. You will be at a higher frequency. So you'll start attracting. So it is not antagonistic that if you do this, you will be compromising on your economic goals. No, not at all. In fact, you will be fulfilling it even better because this is a quality of heart. You become a better person at heart. You start attracting success. More people like to come and do business with you because you don't like to tell your suppliers that I'm so thankful to you, I'm so grateful to you. Nobody likes to say to the suppliers. But if you start saying, then you become really a different person. Then you're not a normal person. You will see this gratefulness, this practice of thankfulness is more in the West. They say thank you to supplier, to buyer, to employees, to the secretary, to everybody they will say. In the East, we don't do that. Why should I do? I went to the restaurant, the fellow supplied me food, I gave money for it. Thank you for what? This is what. See, you have a maid at home. She gives you water. Why should you say thank you? You are giving salary to her. This is how we think. We don't say thank you to our maid. We are not obliged to tell her thank you. But in the West, they say thank you. She will come and give a cup of tea. Every time she comes and gives a cup of tea or she picks up a piece of paper, The boss would say, thank you, honey, thank you, thank you. But here we don't say that. We don't practice that. So what will happen is if you start practicing it, you as a human being, you improve. Your quality of your heart improves, and you are changing others' life also, not only your life. And as I told you, that in the East, gratitude is that you are getting chance to do something good. You are donating some money to an institution. Now, we think in this way in the East that God has given me so much money, God has given me opportunity, God has given me chance, God has given me ability that I could do charity. God is great. So this feeling, this is gratitude. You don't have to bother whether the fellow whom you gave charity, whether he's thankful or not. It's not none of our job. He may be thankful, he may not be thankful. That is his problem. You have got a chance to do charity. You did not do charity, you lost a chance. Life is limited. Opportunities, every day they don't come. You came across somebody who needed help. You did not help that person. Very good. You lost that chance. So we think like that. And you want to capture all those chances. That is gratitude. I want to take advantage of all the chances. That great feeling in me, that I have the ability to do something good. That is gratitude.
One word comes to my mind, aho bhagya.
Aho bhav is the word. Aho bhagya is also
Like
out of that. Here, aho bhagya is, yes, of course, gratitude. Aho bhagya. You are great. You are telling God, aho bhagya. I'm so fortunate. I've got a great fortune. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. What a brilliant fortune. What a fortune I have that I could do charity. See, this is gratitude. This is gratitude. So this is not the way the Western world thinks. So this is very important. If you can capture the essence of gratitude, then it is a spiritual. That's why we call gratitude a spiritual journey in the East. In the Western world, it is part of courtesy and mannerism. You must say thank you. They teach to the small toddlers in the school, you must say thank you. When somebody gives you something, say thank you. And it is more robotic, more mechanical in the Western world. Nothing wrong with it. It's good. But they stop at that. See what happens. Let me give you another example. We invite a Brahmin at home. Now, what do? We give him food. We give him the best of food. We don't eat till he eats the food. This is the practice. Normally, if he comes at 2 o'clock, we'll remain hungry till 2 o'clock. That's the normal style. So we serve him food, and after the food, what do? We give him gifts. We touch his feet, and at the end we give him dakshina also. Now the dakshina which you are giving is gratitude. The dakshina. Why did you give dakshina for what? You are coming to my home. I am giving you food. I am giving you gift. I am touching your feet. Everything I did for you. So after that, what should happen? You should say thank you to me. No, I don't want your thank you. I am giving you a packet, a red packet. That is gratitude. Because you gave me opportunity to serve you. You could have said, no, I will not come for lunch. I'm busy. I will not come. But you came. How fortunate am I? Whom I consider to be God. He came to my house. He obliged me by having food. He obliged me by accepting my gifts. Hence, I express my gratitude. I give him the packet, red packet at the end. Let's understand. This is gratitude. This is the Eastern culture. You don't say, oh, this fellow came, we gave him food. No. We don't say that. We say, how lucky we are, how fortunate we are. We got 11 Brahmins at home. How fortunate we are. That is the sense of gratitude. Have I been able to make understand? Because gratitude, all the books, they have defined it wrongly. And especially the Western authors, they did not get the essence of gratitude. I must have seen a lot of quotations of the Western authors, and surprisingly, none of them were adequate. Yes. Any more questions?
Yeah, one more question, Dear. I just wanted to understand, while you explained, is gratitude an inherent thing, or someone can by practice, take it up?
No, you have to cultivate. You have to cultivate.
Okay.
You have to cultivate. You see, you how do you cultivate? You by seeing your parents, they are touching the feet of Brahmin. You also touch the feet. You will touch the feet of Brahmin. Your son will also touch. So you have to cultivate and also exaggerate a little more so that others follow at home.
Okay.
You have to make it visible to the next generation. And then, you have to show them the sacrifice. If a Brahmin comes at 2 o'clock, till 2 o'clock, you're not eating anything. So we hold him in high esteem. You may be a man worth 10x. He may not be worth even 1x. But for that moment, he's a VVIP. He's much more important than you are. He has obliged you by coming to your home. He's obliged you by accepting your food. He's obliged you by letting him bless you.
Okay.
He's obliged you. You have not obliged him by calling him for food. If you think you have obliged him by calling him for food, then that is not gratitude. Whole thing is lost. It is as good as not calling him. Better don't call him.
One more, Bia.
He has obliged you by coming. If you have that thought in you, then only it is gratitude. Otherwise, it is not gratitude. That is important. Very, very important. Try to understand, because no book says this. I was very surprised when this topic was chosen. I started looking up, and I got very confused the way they defined gratitude. In the East, we don't mean that as gratitude. Thankfulness and gratefulness are not the same thing. They are world apart. Yes, the journey of gratitude begins with thankfulness, but doesn't remain at that. We go few notches higher, higher, and higher. The ultimate is when you surrender to God, when you are connected to God 24/7. You may be doing every worldly act, but you are connected. The frequency is connected. Now that is gratitude. As I told you, as a Hindu, you have to do 5 categories of gratitude practices every day. Can anybody recall those? To your parents, God,
Indian sages and teachers,
society,
and environment.
Every day, this gratitude practice has to be done every day. It's not a one-off act. Oh, I did it. No, you have to do it every day. So if you don't have that sentiment in your heart, if you don't have that feeling, I'm using the word feeling again and again, not emotions. Feeling is more conscious. So just remember, feeling. Gratitude is a feeling. Gratitude is a product of heart. Gratitude is something that's subconscious. Remember that. Okay, any other question?
Yeah, one we are just attached to this. You said that, for example, when we give to a, let's say, beggar, the happiness that you get, that is the gratitude in Eastern concept or Eastern culture. That happiness, that or the satisfaction
that happiness, that satisfaction, and that great fortune, the feeling of great fortune that I could do it.
Capability.
I was so fortunate that I could give $100 to that person. So that is a great fortune. Now, this feeling is gratitude. When you feel like this, one is, oh, I gave him money, he needed and I gave him. That is not gratitude. I parted with that money. What a fortune I have. How fortunate I am that I could do it. That is gratitude. See, the sentiment The same $100 parting you are doing, in one case it is not gratitude, in the other case it is gratitude. Just the difference is that sentiment which you are holding. The difference of sentiment, it's same. You are also, you're helping that person in the first case, you're helping the person in the second case. Same thing, but that fraction of a second, what crosses your mind is important. And that will define what is gratitude.